We saw CCNC play at mid yesterday as well, that CK. That was interesting.
Yeah, that was really good, actually. So he laned up versus a Kunkka and basically just ruined his life because Kunkka is a hero which likes to kind of harass people out of lane with Tidebringer and kind of get the advantage using his denies, and CK is just like, I got crits. Lol. That was pretty much it. 4-second crits. Kunkka can't really do exactly what he's meant to do in lane.
What is happening? This is just CIS Dota. Just pick Pango.
Yep,
Why not?
Just pick Pango. Why not?
I mean, they'll probably try and lane the Pango against the Razor now, would be my guess.
Ooh, Pango mid.
I mean, I've seen some people
I'm
do
game.
it. Who was it? I think I've seen Gunner play at a game as well, and it was horrendous. They lost really badly when he played Pango mid. And it was a last pick Pango as well. But didn't quite have the effect he was hoping for. So you see this Pango now, you assume that they're going to want to match the Pango up against the Razor. So do you look at putting the Razor mid now up against something else? Or do you just pick a flexible core that could lane mid or safe and then kind of it keeps your options open? I assume they're going to pick their position 5 first at least anyway. I still think Dazzle's okay. Oracle's okay. What other position 5s are even left? I'm struggling here. What could we go for?
Is that Coddle still in the pool?
Keeper of the Light is still in the pool, but I'm not sure how good it is here at against the Pangolier, especially who can just get on top of you. Okay, they go Bane instead. So they go for the... We saw a little bit of this yesterday. Having that lane dominator available is always nice.
Can ulti the Pango inside his ulti.
Oh yeah, I love that when you Fiends grip the Pango ult now, it just keeps rolling, even though it's like... Yeah.
It's the way it should be. And you don't go near the ball even when it's being ulted by Bane. It's still a danger ball.
What is going on here with this Team Empire draft? I wish I knew what was going on.
I don't see anything weird.
So it's Doom core and Pango core.
Yeah. And then Lich 5 and Tusk 4.
Where's their damage coming from, though?
Well, they'll pick up a good carry. Pango does decent damage as well.
Yeah, he does decent damage, but I feel like they have ways of killing him off. Like, if the Earth and Bane can get the jump on the Pango before he can, like, jump into the fight and things, he's really easy to bring down. And it's not like they have good, like, long-range cancels on Team Empire either to stop something like a Fiend's Grip. You're going to do them to save your Pango.
That's true. I don't know. You got a snowball, but yeah, it's not ideal. They definitely need to pick up something else. But then again, in your carry, asking for a long range Sable is kind of tricky.
Beastmaster. So again, there's another BKB piercing spell there in the Raw up against the Pango is really nice. Makes their laning stage a little bit stronger as well. You kind of have this Earth Spirit Beastmaster dual lane now, where the Earth Spirit's going to help him at the start of the game, I would imagine, and then when the Beastmaster gets a good start, you can kind of just rotate and look towards ganking other lanes. That would be the ideal situation. And it gives them some more good catch, which they were lacking a little bit. Only really having the Bane at the moment before that Beastmaster pick. It's a really valuable Lincoln's game now, though.
Yeah.
It's like Link, Fiend's Grip, and Raw.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything against the Earth Spirit, but in a way that's kind of a good thing as well, because you say if you're a Lincoln's when it's most desired, and there comes a Monkey King for Old But Gold, so they might be laning this mid and putting the Razor back into the safe lane. This
is exactly what I was talking about before, though, where you pick up these two flexible cores that can play mid and safe lane, and then you just wait to see what they pick, and then you can, base the drafts when you see every single hero that Team Empire have picked, and just decide where to lane after that. So it doesn't matter who lanes against the Doom. The Monkey King and the Razor are both going to have a good time here. It's probably a bit harder for Monkey King, especially until he gets around that level 3, level 4. But
yeah.
Even so, you have the Bane with you anyway.
Don't forget, Pangolin now has a built-in disarm, so, Monkey King is going to try and get that Jingo off, but you never know. Fortunately, it's not very guaranteed, which is probably the reason why Pango's not that popular, because, yeah, he's got a disarm and a silence, but relying on them to actually come off is not a good idea.
How often do we see these hard carries getting picked last as well? I feel like we don't see this anymore.
No. Quite often we get these hard carries in the second or even the first phase of picking. So, yeah, kind of unusual to see it last picked up. And it's going to be a Luna. I'm not sure I like that versus the Monkey King and Beastmaster, because they've already got a ton to shut her down with. I feel like this needs something with even more mobility, like some kind of Morphling or something.
If the Razor ever gets a static link off onto the Luna this game, I actually don't know how Empire kill anybody.
Like, I'm sure it was banned like a lifestealer or some kind of strength carry would have been. But I don't know, they go for the Luna. Dream confident on this hero, so Empire clearly confident behind this pickup. Gives them a lot of damage with the Tusk as well.
Yeah, I'm looking for some full
tag team going to be very useful early on for bringing people down.
I am looking for some force staffs here on Team Empire supports on the Tusk and the Lich early on. It's a really good force game up against the Razor. They're trying to push people away from the Monkey King ult as well.
Yeah, big time.
They really have to protect their Luna this game, I think, on Empire. As old but gold, their lineup feels a little bit easier to play, I think.
Yeah, they've set. I know what you're kind of getting at here. They're setting themselves up for a better time, for an easier game to pull off, like an easier strategy to pull off. Not so much like Meanwhile, Team Empire, they have to get this Luna online. They need to basically get her farming. I think Dream can only go for the greed build here, where you only put 2 points of Lucent Beaming and get the rest in her passives.
Yeah,
which
I think you have to, don't you?
What? Oh, okay. Things looked weird, but everything's fine as we get into game number 1 between Team Empire and Old But Gold. Can the veterans take the game away from the newbies, or is it going to be the fresh blood who's going to be drawing the old blood in this matchup? Let's find out as we get into game number 1.
Can we just talk about how G's not playing Razor, by the way? It's Illidan on the Razor, and G's playing the Monkey King.
Golly.
Which I don't think I've ever seen Razor get picked when G's on the team and he doesn't play it.
Yeah, no, this is interesting. I mean, G is like the original lane dominator. He loves playing these Razors. He loves playing these. But then again, Illidan's also super popular on Razor. Wait, so what is G playing?
Playing the Monkey King.
Oh, Monkey King, yeah, right.
So they're going to go aggro with this Razor into the Luna, which I really like. This Luna's going to have a really rough time down here, and they're just going to put the Beastmaster in a 1v1 up against the Doom, which kind of, we talked about allowing this Earth Spirit to freely rotate a little bit more. And Beastmaster doesn't really care about this Doom in a 1v1. They kind of just trade farm.
Yeah.
And then, like we said, as long as you can focus the Luna down this game, I feel like a lot of damage coming out from the Radiant side is going to be completely negated. Yeah, Pango's annoying. Yes, it can do a lot of damage, but you want something a little bit more reliable, I feel. Although it is always a treat to watch a good Pango player in these top tier games. When you're good at that hero, it just looks amazing. Little piggies flying through the air. Oh god. I love putting these down in games and just kicking the pigs around.
Yeah.
It's amazing. We lost the other voice lines, but we get pigs and things in return. It's fine.
Yeah, it's a worthwhile trade as Vanscore comes forwards there, but not able to steal a rune, which does manage to sneak behind. Oh, it's actually Archangel being a bit of a thief in the night here, as he goes in behind and finds his team of runes. So
look at this really deep ward that the Dire put down, by the way, on the Radiant bot lane.
That's actually Empire's only rune. Sorry.
So just to see the rotations and things. So they see the Luna moving up towards the top lane. So this Razor's going to start moving up as well, I would assume. They're kind of hovering because they want to make sure they get the right laning set up.
Yeah, Dream's heading back right now.
I mean, Dream's heading back, but the Razor's also heading back. So I reckon that Luna's going to turn around very quickly. I think Illidan's waiting for the Luna to show before he shows in lane. Okay. And it's literally just the support showing at the moment.
Yeah. Support lanes, hello.
Oh, they want to put the Beastmaster against the Luna by the looks of it. Okay. So Illidan's walking top on the Doom to go in a 1v1 against the Raid. And now Doom's gone to the jungle.
It's all way too confusing.
What is happening?
But Asperus is going to roll away from this tag team here from the Tusk.
Yeah, so they want to put the Beastmaster against the Luna. That's the lowdown.
By the way, Sayu Tusk is pretty hype, by the way.
He's very good at that hero.
He loves this guy.
She is owning mid. It's he's 6-4 on the Monkey King at the moment.
Yeah, Pangolin not having the time of his life here. Currently sitting on 3 nerds. He's going to try and he's actually trying to CS with Swashbuckle, which isn't a pretty situation to be in.
I mean, Pango's not known for his strong laning stage. It has to be said.
Yep, that's true.
Oh.
And plants a tree in order to stop G getting the right click in. But of course, that was 50 gold to stop the Jingu coming off, which he now does anyway with the Boundless Strike. So not sure that was worth it.
Monkey King just have to be a little bit careful in this lane when Pango gets a couple more points in Swashbuckle, just because Monkey King has such low armor as well.
Also, worth noting that Kodos didn't even eat the tree with a Tango. He cut it down with a Quelling Blade. So we didn't even get the
Ooh.
regen from that tree. So
Sad
I
times.
don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
It's fine. You know, it happens sometimes.
On this bot lane, it's Luna versus the Beastmaster, just as Old But Gold wanted, and it's currently Luna sitting on 6-3, and the Beastmaster catching up on 6-0 right now. But it's the top lane where we have first blood going down as Illidan's Storm
Wow.
Rage is gonna drop. Madden finds himself that kill as they spam out those voice lines.
I'm not sure how that's happened when you have Bane and Razor, these two lane dominators, getting chased down by a Doom.
Yep. Sorry about the
Okay.
game sounds as well. Now on, don't worry about it.
I mean, I guess it's the Lich Frost Shield as well that just that allows that gank to happen. But even so, still feel like it probably shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
I am a little bit worried that I mean, this Luna started in the bot lane before anybody was there. So, I mean, she's ahead in CS, but she should be. I am a little bit worried that as this lane goes
she
on,
got
you
there a
see
little bit before.
Earthrick's pulling the big camp as well at the moment and the side lane here, just to try and, you know, take some XP away from the Radiant side, pulling it to the big camp. And say who's going to come over now and realise what's going on, but what can they do about this?
Yeah, no, this is just going to be a free pull, and there's nothing really which I can do other than try and farm up these creeps, which is nice for them, but also going to mean XP under tower for the Beastmaster, which he loves. Meanwhile, in this mid lane, it's still looking super convincing for G right now, as Pangolier is struggling to really get a foothold in this lane. He's now got a bottle, which should help things out a little bit, but like he as you can see, he just can't really do anything versus G here, as he just comes under tower, no threat at all to the Monkey King right now, so he's having a pretty free time. Meanwhile, up at top, Illidan drops kind of low here to that blast, and just the constant harass here. It's just a peppering of damage from the shockwave, from the ice blast. Like, it's really hard to lane against these two.
I like it when... I don't know if it's the same for the new Doom, but the old Doom, when you used to get this spell, you built a Soul Ring, and they used to just constantly spam it out, and the extra HP regen from the Soul Ring was nice too. Can they get Van's Core?
Yeah, he's getting
Trying.
pretty low here. The Frost Shield doing the work. Vanscore burning, and the Shockwave does hit as well. Madden finds himself a kill, but Illidan's Storm Rage looking for the return as he's going in with this Static Link. Black Archangel getting up onto the high ground, but the damage is more than enough from Illidan to snipe him off. So it is going to be an even trade as both supports go down in this lane, and Illidan finds himself a bit of a foothold. They actually got more money for the Bane kill, though.
I mean,
Interesting.
The Doom's having a great time up here. I mean, he's not CSing well, but the fact
Down
he's
the
getting
bottom lane,
kills-
in comes a Pangolier, gets one, gets two. Kodos with the rotations. They did dive and kill Dream, though, so they're not going to be entirely sad about how this went down.
Yeah, if you kill the Luna, I don't think you should be too worried about this. I mean, the Pango rotated over to try and come for the bounty runes, see if he could get a kill at the same time. Kind of, if you're not going to be winning the lane, there's no point being there anyway. You might as well try and, you know, make the most of your time by making things happen on the map. And the fact he gets some kills there before he even hits level 6 is pretty good. He's actually just hanging down here as well to try and find another kill, but
Yeah, he doesn't want to go back to that mid lane. That's G's lane now.
the Hawk did spot the Pango out though, so BZZ knows this is happening.
Roll comes in the shards as well. He didn't get himself away quite quickly enough on the tag team and the damage. It's all going to come out. However, the rotations is coming in. G is here as they roll forwards. Meanwhile, Lich dies in the top lane, but Kodos in trouble. So Jingu comes off and they will find that kill onto the Pangolier. He's looking for more. G is on the rampage right now. As in comes a Boundless Strike. Sayu trying to get himself away, but they will be able to close that gap. A couple more right clicks will be required. Sayu into the trees, trying to juke around, but not going to happen. G gives him a firm tap on the head and finishes off that Tusk. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, we did have a kill onto the Lich up here.
Yeah, now the Razor's starting to get some more levels. It's a little bit harder up here, but... Oh, he's actually not taking any points in the plasma field.
No, this is really interesting, actually, as Unstable Current is usually not the favoured spell because of the changes.
I mean, it's okay. It's not a bad skill at all. I'm just surprised he hasn't gone for a point in the plasma field at all. It's a nice slow, it's a nice nuke. It's not like you're having mana issues on this hero at the moment.
And, I mean, I guess it's the slows from the Lich he's worried about. You know, he can just pop down this Frost Shield, he can just throw down the Frost Blast, and the Doom is going to be way too quick in order to static link him, and the Lich is just going to slow you down. So, yeah, I understand it.
Does the Unstable Current still purge on the Razor? Because if it does, it would take the...
No.
I didn't think it did, but... I just don't... Like, it's a super greedy build, it feels like.
Kind of, yeah.
It allows you to farm jungle really quickly as well, because obviously it procs more often, it does more damage, but I'm not sure how I feel about it.
It's interesting. It's interesting.
Hopefully it works. You know, I get to get proven wrong. I learned something new. You know, I'm happy with that.
I mean, look at that. He just got a CS without even touching the creep. Wow.
So smart.
That is a wow. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Dream getting very low once again, having to back himself away, but the turnaround is coming in thick and fast onto the Beastmaster here as a shot. And the roll will find the kill onto BZZ.
Where is this Earth Spirit running to, though? Is he trying to cut this Luna off while she's trying to Shrine?
Yeah, I'm not too sure about this. We're going to run forwards, give her a kick, try to kick her out of Shrine range. Doesn't quite work out. Now could be in some trouble. The tag team comes out. The right click's coming through from Sai. He's got a shards available as well. Will trap him beautifully next to the tree. And, well, G comes in as well, but they will be able to find the kill onto Velo here. Tries to go for the deny, but doesn't work out for him. And G backs away. He says, you live with your mistakes, Spirit. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, Lich in some trouble, going to throw down the fear, but not enough to keep himself alive, but will get the kill onto Vanskor as once again the sports trade lives, but Illidan's not done. He's looking to fight up versus Madden here as he pops that ultimate and tries to run him down, but the Doom in response, Madden just mans up here, but in comes the Earth Spirit as well, and I think this might be the end for Doom, but can he get enough damage off? Razor is dropping low here, but he's not going to get enough as in they come with G, and he finds a boundless strike with the Monkey King to get the kill onto Madden, and therefore save Illidan's life, just about getting super low, and actually Black Archangel comes into this lane, but that may have been a mistake. He's going to use that Sinister Gaze, but it's not enough to keep him alive. Barely lasts a second.
G is everywhere on this Monkey King at the moment. The Beastmaster goes down bot as well. This Pango's just decided, I don't even want a lane because there's no point, so I'm just going to run around the map and just make kills happen constantly.
Vanskor's just like, yes, the middle lane is mine. All mine.
I mean, it's really nice if you can get this Bane to a level 6 at a decent time. There's been 18 kills in 9 minutes.
This is the CIS Dota I signed up for, dude. This is a high octane, run at each other, fight until the game's over kind of Dota. You know, yesterday, NA, it was a bit slow. You know, we had a couple of games where they just didn't want to fight each other. Now we're into CIS and the gloves are off, and, you know, I feel like CIS is kind of like the MMA of Dota 2.
Okay. I get you.
NA is fencing, so it's a bit more kind of delicate and a bit more kind of, you know, well-considered and stuff, and maybe China is fencing.
Chinese Dota is not as passive as it used to be anymore.
And SEA is just like mud wrestling. It's crazy over there.
All out war.
Yep.
I mean, the net worths are looking really good for the Radiant side at the moment, though. I mean, G's had a really good game on this Monkey King, but Beastmaster hasn't really got a footing in this laning stage just because Pango's been around this bot lane so much.
Rolling onto the Doom here as the stomp comes through, but man's going to be okay. They're just going to throw down this frost shield on him. You ever done mud wrestling?
No, I can't say as I have.
It's pretty fun, you know.
I feel like it's something you would do every weekend.
Not every weekend.
Oh, okay, just every other. Luna?
Yeah. He's going to be alright. Sayu comes rolling into the rescue. His Prince on a snowball.
I just assumed that somebody would be with the Beastmaster there to try and get the kill.
They were getting there, but a little bit slow. But now G's coming in. They want to find this kill onto the Luna. There's a bound strike available. He does in 1 second, but in comes Kodos. Throwing down the ultimate. Gets cancelled, though. The silence comes through from the Earth Spirit, but I don't think it matters. I don't know. Vanskor's still gone down, and they'll find the kill onto Velora as well. So, pretty convincing from Empire thus far. And they will give up on this Monkey King, because it is just an illusion.
And that Beastmaster dying again is so painful. He's really not coming into this game at all. And with this Razor not having any points in the plasma field, it makes it so difficult for him to try and join fights, because he doesn't have that burst damage nuke that he would normally have to, you know, be really strong early on.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
So I'm interested to see what kind of build the Razor goes for in terms of his items. He's going drums, but again, it just feels so greedy when this hero can be so strong early on.
I'm kind of surprised he's not going Midas, but then again, I guess we're not in in NA anymore, where everybody's building Midas heads all the time. Is everybody going for it? Oh, looks like we're going to have a Midas-free game.
No.
It feels good, man.
Are you joking? What?
I mean, what does Midas offer you in a fight?
I mean, minus Monkey King was probably the only one I would consider this game.
Yeah.
But he can't afford to. If he goes Midas... Okay.
Doom just getting ganked in the bottom lane. 4 heroes coming down and smacking into poor old Madden here.
I like this though. The Beastmaster gets the Vlads and they instantly just group up around him. You know how strong this item is. Buffs your whole team up, and they have really good push potential with the Beastmaster as well.
Meanwhile on top lane, the Luna getting started on this tower as well, and doesn't have a long way to go as she'll rip through this creep wave. Yep, did go for this greedy build, 1 point in Lucent Beam only, and now going for the Moonglaves and the Lunar Blessing.
Yeah, I think this is definitely the right build this game. Kick the pig!
Stops to give the pig a kick.
Yeah, I think sometimes I really disagree with this Luna build, but in games like this,
yeah, this game is required for sure.
It's absolutely fine. Beastmaster's going for a medallion, so possibly looking towards an early Roshan here if he can pick up that medallion at a decent timing. It's not a they don't take Rosh particularly quickly on the Dire side, I don't think.
No,
even
I don't think they take it at all, to be honest. Not anytime soon.
No,
More for the fighting, perhaps, as Black Archangel comes close here, but they're still waiting on this high ground on the side of Old But Gold. Setting the trap, seeing what there is to see, but Sayu going to try and scope him out with a shard, and they'll back themselves away on the Dire. They believe they're spotted, which they weren't actually. That was just Sayu making the heads-up plays.
He's going for that. He's got that double brace around on the tusk. He's going for that blink as well. Obviously, the snowball save is going to be really nice this game. Up against the Feed's Grip, up against the Raw.
Yeah, so much stuff to save from. Such a nice tusk game, and what a guy to have as well. Sayu on the tusk. It's kind of the dream.
He's got so much net worth actually on this tusk, just from being involved in so many kills already.
Yeah,
having a great time.
Yeah, 2 braces and an urn of shadows. Life is good for Sayu as he's farming in this middle lane. Yeah, net worth's looking very interesting right now as we do see this Monkey King really far ahead, but as kind of predicted, the Razor not quite doing as well because he just hasn't been fighting. He's been trying to farm up, and he's even popping his ultimate for Ancients here. So this guy is just full grief.
Did he just pop the shrine then run away?
What a rude person. That's because there's a fight, though. There's a fight going on. Luna's in trouble. The Fiend's Grip has come out, and the Magnetize's going to finish him off. Meanwhile, Sayu trying to fight it up. Razor pays his attention on the sidelines. They just roar up the Tusk, and they will be able to bring him down. Sayu takes a fall. They lose 2 in the middle lane as Empire get a little bit greedy here.
Yeah, just overstepping their bounds slightly. I think they just smoked up in the backline here with the Pango. So, might be looking to try and make something happen here in return.
They're being patient, that's for sure. But, you know, they've got this Doom to work with.
And Old But Gold are scared that even if they win this fight here, they know that the Doom's still available, the Pango ult's still available with the Rolling Thunder. So you have to show them the respect that they deserve on Empire. I mean, you were saying about this Monkey King being really far ahead. He was further ahead before, but because of this greedy build that the Luna's done, she catches up so quickly.
Yeah, and even though Dream's been dying a fair amount, like, was she on, like, 3 and 2? Okay, not as much as I thought, but she's definitely had a lot of pressure put onto her, but she's doing absolutely fine. As you say, just the greed build with the Mask of Madness farms so damn quickly.
Yeah, when she gets this Yasha as well, going to be very nice.
Oh boy.
What's this Pango building? I know he went for Maelstrom before, but is he... I would assume he's going to be going for the Greaves build now, which we usually see. It's really good at purging off things like the Earth Spirit ultimate. Just keeping his team alive in these fights as well is always nice.
Yeah.
And so building towards that Mana Boots. Whether he builds the Greaves straight away after the Mana Boots, I wouldn't like to say. I mean, he could stop for something in between. Maybe he wants something more mobile like a Blink.
Yeah, he's got his options open. Everything seems like kind of good this game. Nothing seems like convincing. Kind of surprised we didn't see the Diffusal Blade, but then again, I guess they're only really against... These guys don't really care. Once they've used their spells, they've used their spells. It's kind of whatever if they're out of mana, so...
It's not a great Diffusal game.
It's not.
Lucky Shot is so annoying.
Yeah, Lucky Shot is super weird. Like, it's a very odd ability. So it can either silence or disarm you, 20% chance, 40% slow, and 5 duration at level. I mean, it's kind of insane if you get both in a swashbuckle.
Yeah, you kind of just stand there, don't you? Oh.
Yeah, you're like, oh, okay, I can't do anything for a bit. Cool.
They are going to open up this mid-tier 1 here. Empire pushing in for this one.
Nepal's come out, the old men, they need to take their pills and, maybe someone's had their nurse come round to change them or something.
Okay, so... Vanscore's coming round from the side here on the Bane. He has Fiend's Grip up. Are they really going to try and defend this? I'd be very surprised into the Doom and the Pango ults. I feel like Empire are already really well set up.
It's kind of scary, but they have their primal rule. Maybe this was a pause was about just discussing. Do we go in here, guys?
Oh, tactical pause.
Yeah,
my favourite.
Very tic-tac pauses. Vanscore just sits on the front lines here and throws down the sleep onto Madden. So kind of trying to break up the fight, seeing if he can get a reaction out of the side of Empire here. As they're just going to TP themselves away. So it's actually Empire not looking to fight.
I'm very surprised they didn't commit to that fight.
Yeah, I mean, they've got ultis of their own. They've got the Raw, they've got the Wukongs, and...
I mean, Illidan was top, though, on the Razor, so... Yes, he had TP, but even so... So he's going drums BKB. On Razor,
Smoke
but
up.
he hasn't been fighting at all.
The old men have smoked, but there's nobody around here right now, so G just gets straight back to farming, and BZZ will head to the bottom lane.
Doom has finished the Vlads now as well, so Beastmaster has one, Doom has one. One on either team now. I am still looking towards that Roche though, especially if the Radiant can get their hands on it. Would be really nice for this Luna.
Yep. We will sleep out once again onto the Doom. Vanscore is apparently making a life out. Oh, Fiend's Grip comes in, but that's just going to be quickly cancelled by Sai, who's on the high ground. And yep, there's your ultimate cooldown for you.
Okay.
Empire should be really keen to fight right now.
I mean, they should.
But they've still got this Luna, who is a bit of a potato still.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, right? Where it doesn't matter if you don't take fights, then it doesn't matter. Empire are quite happy with that. Yes, you really want to get this mid-tier 1 if you can.
In they go. They're trying to chase down this Razor. Storm Rage could be in trouble, but the roll, the snowball doesn't quite connect. They even throw down the Doom, as they will be able to finish off this kill, but G comes in on the back line, able to blow up Black Archangel. Vanscore in the middle of everything here, going to get blown up, and Empire can probably get themselves out. The Rock going to come flying through onto everybody, as out comes the Roar. They've got the Pangolier locked down. Can they finish him off? Yes, they can. G comes in once again with the Donk and able to find himself that kill. Sayu trying to run away, but in comes a Medallion. The Shards doesn't quite work. He tries to force himself up onto the high ground. He's going to roll to the ball, which they don't see coming, but they've got a boundless strike, so it doesn't matter. G gets a triple kill, and unfortunately for Team Empire, the oldies will take the fight.
Yeah, but at the same time for Empire, the Luna doesn't die. So if you were going to choose one hero for your side not to die in that fight, it's going to be the Luna. So you just need to keep farming away. I feel like their lineup scales, a little bit better. Not by much. This Pango can start to output massive damage in the late game.
Yeah, but with the rate he's farming at right now, I can't see that happening anytime soon. But going for that Lotus Orb, in fact.
Okay, he's going Lotus instead.
So he doesn't want to be ultied inside his ultimate by Bane.
Yeah, it's a good Lotus game as well. So I don't mind that too much.
But still, definitely not going for that damage. Really relying heavily on this Luna to be outputting the damage, and just using the Pango spells to hope for the best, basically. Dream will farm up these ancient camps and keep on ripping through the jungle at an alarming rate. Still going for this Manta.
Yeah, you just want to keep farming here. I think Dream understands that he's the late game carry this game. There's nobody that's going to top him out.
Yeah.
So if he can just get to this late game with a decent farm speed, then all is looking well for Empire. But G is.
Yeah, but G's pretty huge. Yeah, and he's just taken another good fight, and he's going to have his BKB after, probably for the next fight. So that's something which Empire need to be wary of, and I'm not sure they're going to have a great time fighting into that. I mean, you can't do Illidan anymore, but Illidan was never really that scary. He's got a BKB coming into himself now, so this is going to help him out in the fights. Meanwhile, they actually find the Earth Spirit here. Sorry, they find the Doom here. So he's going to try and drum himself away pretty fast, but not fast enough to outrun Illidan, as they're going to chase Madden down into the trees. The Life Drain is there. The kill comes out, and Illidan will be credited with it.
I love how they're throwing absolutely everything on him, but he's so tanky. It takes so long to bring him down.
He's a big old demon from hell.
They're going to possibly try and push in this bot tier 2 now. They've got the Razor going in, but okay, no, they're walking towards mid lane instead.
They just want to keep fighting. This is CIS old group. They want kills. They want blood. They don't know any other kind of Dota. They're born and raised in fire.
Especially with the BKB on the Razor now as well. I mean,
yeah.
You don't want to be slowing the tempo up. The Razor's got one. The Monkey King's about to buy one.
Yeah, he's getting there, isn't he?
So when these BKBs both come online at the same time, this is going to spell fight time for Old But Gold. Scored double bracer, just trying to tank up and somehow survive a fight.
Yeah, so damage from the Pangolier. He just doesn't want to get sniped out by like 1 or 2 swashbuckles or a roll or something. Even the Eclipse, those braces are going to help out so much versus that just random damage coming down. You don't want to just die on the side of a fight. Mm-hmm. You want to make them commit to you.
Beastmaster is going for a Crimson Guard now, I think, as well, though, which is really going to help with the physical damage coming out from the Luna and the Pango as well.
Yeah, that's true. It's a really nice aura to have.
Obviously, it does work on the glaive bounces as well, Crimson Guard. So
it's a very close game we have on our hands, though. I mean, they do have the advantage on Old But Gold, but then at the same time, Team Empire have the late game potential with this Luna, so it's a really interesting matchup to watch, and I'd say things are kind of pretty much even right now.
I feel like
All about Roche.
it's all about these position 4s as well, I think, where you have the Tusk Snowball save potential. As long as Sayu's in a decent position, should be able to constantly just negate either the Fiend's Whip or the Roar. And if the Earth Spirit can get onto the backlines, get a key silence onto somebody like the Lich or the Tusk, maybe even the Doom to try and bring him down before he
Going
ults.
onto Vanskor in the middle lane, and they stun him up so he can't get that Nightmare off. Nicely done from Dream there, and that'll grab them the kill.
Tusk picks up the GPM talent as well, so he's just going to start scaling even better than before.
Yep. What are Tusk's talents like these days? Still the same also.
You get the Snowball damage, then the at level 15 you can just clear a creep wave instantly with Shards and Snowball, which is really
Yeah,
nice.
that used to be where we saw the XP talent quite often, but obviously Sayu seeing some valuable items this game, especially in that Blink Dagger. So wants to make his way there a little bit quicker without you taking up too much of the map.
I think especially with how they want to play this game, scaling towards the late game, I feel like the GPM talents just makes more sense in that case. Lich has actually got 3 points in the Frost Blast as well. Normally we see 1 or 2 and then they max the gaze, but a little bit more damage focused on the Lich.
Yep, wants to blow up some fools. I can appreciate that.
They're smoked up here though on the
They're
dive.
pinging this Hawk. They're saying, wait a minute, there's something coming in here, and Empire just trying to get away as quickly as possible. In comes a roll and the Balance Strike as well. They manage to catch off the Lich. They find that kill. Meanwhile, Sai tries to throw down the shot to keep himself alive, but that's not going to happen. Snowball comes out to at least delay his death, but with the Plasma Field, G will be able to pick up that kill, turning himself godlike on this Monkey King. G is having a wonderful experience in this matchup as they head over to the Roche pit. It is going to be Roche o'clock.
They have the medallion on the Beastmaster as well, so it does like pretty quickly. The Lich and the Tusk are up soon though, so maybe Empire want to come over and contest?
No, it doesn't really look like it for now. I mean, they've got the Eclipse and Doom to work with, as you say, but it's still a very tricky fight. TP's coming in. Roche about half HP, a little bit lower, in fact, maybe 1/3 about now.
I think you want to do this.
Pango roll. Cooked up, they're ready to roll with the Frost Shield on it as well. Eclipse comes out, but immediately the double BKB with the Wukongs. They're just turning onto Dream here. Luna's not going to survive. She's going to go down. Meanwhile, Kodos on the back of the fight will be able to take down Roshan, but will not be able to claim the Aegis for himself as down he goes. And G will take the Aegis, and they'll look for more as well. Madden on the high ground wants to Doom, decides not to. He's going to back himself away because there's no kill potential. Roll forwards onto Illidan here, but he's not going to catch him. That Razor's just so damn fast. Turns around for the quick kill. Meanwhile, Madden being pounded by all of Old But Gold as he gets his popcorn popped and will be dropping just like the rest of his team. And it is 5 down on the side of Empire and All But Gold. Maybe one of them getting a little bit too and I say tease feet, but I reckon it was one of their older, the pacemakers coming out a little bit or getting a bit too excited there.
Vansko's just standing up and he's just going over and high-fiving everybody before carrying on the game, that's all.
No, they're old men, they don't do that kind of thing. He's just like, oh, my back. I threw my back out during that fight.
I mean, that fight looked really good because when you play a fight around the Roche pit and you have a Pango on your team, and normally you think, okay, we have the advantage here. But because these early BKBs have come out on the Dire side, the Pango, when he rolls into the pit, just doesn't do anything. And I didn't see whether it was a Roar or a Fiend script, but the roll, even though it got used, was just completely cancelled. I think it was the Fiend script from the Bane just stopped him from moving around at all while he was in that Rolling Thunder. And although they got the Radiant got the kill onto the Roche, it doesn't matter. G picks up the Aegis, and Albert Gold looking really strong now with these early BKBs. Empire are going to have to just try and dodge fights at this point for a little while now. They have to be very careful.
Yeah, Empire, that's a big loss for them as well. It's a big, big loss. I mean, we've said this game's kind of hanging in the balance, but this is a very convincing swing. They did get the kill on Roshan, at least. The Pango managed to steal it with a swashbuckle, but yeah, they didn't get the Aegis. That did go to G, who is currently godlike on this Monkey King, probably the best hero to have it on.
Yeah, he's having a great time. He's going for this Lincoln's next as well. I mean, he could change to a Skadi still if he really wants to. It's a decent Skadi game as well. Just helps you get on top of this Luna and stick on top of her.
Yeah, I think you like to see a spy ability linking, stops from getting doomed, because it's still a very easy opportunity for Empire to get in and just doom him, even with the Aegis, because they can still, I reckon, take the fight if they just take the Monkey King out of the equation. So going with that Lincoln kind of stops that happening so easily. Meanwhile, Razor, he is becoming a threat. He just takes all of G's farm.
You can still Jingu heal though while you're in the Doom. So if he goes Skadi, he's a lot tankier, and he can just survive the fight even though he's doomed, possibly.
Yeah, that's true.
I agree what you mean. I think it's more likely to be Lincoln's. I'm just, playing devil's advocate.
Trying to theory craft, yeah. I get you. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Man's got pushing down on this bottom lane. Might even get himself another item. You see, he's got that Shadow Amulet queued up. Got his eyes on big futures.
Slow down. These position 5s are not allowed items. Okay.
Oh, Lich has nothing, so...
That's what I like to see.
Yeah. True support.
Does that Doom have a blink now? I think I just saw.
Yep.
Yeah, so he allows him to just choose his target a lot easier now than he could before. Just like waddling in, trying to get that Doom off. I actually don't like the Alpha Wolf this game on the Doom. I much prefer, now that he has that Blink Dagger, to pick up something like a Centaur, so you get the Blink Stomp going off at the start of the
I
fight.
think definitely, like, you're not going to be doing that much damage. Meanwhile, the poor Lich gets caught out once again as G finds himself a cheeky kill, and we'll be happy with that one there. Continuing to extend that lead of his. I mean, it's still close between him and the Luna, of course, because the Luna just does have so much better farm potential, but Monkey King is finding the kills like he needs to.
The Pango did go for Greaves, by the way, instead of the Lotus Orb, which, again, I still think is okay. The problem is they really lack damage.
Yeah.
Especially now these BKBs are out. They just can't they can't kill people. When the BKBs get lower, it's going to be a little easier. But this...
He's even got a Lincoln Sphere queued up on the Pangolier. I mean, I know it's a good game for it, but you need to start hitting people at some stage, and you're relying a lot on your Luna to stay alive for this. And as you saw, she just got focused the hell out of in the last fight. Couldn't do a thing. Meanwhile, Sleep onto the high ground, keeping the Tusk held still for now, and there comes the Enfeeble out onto the Doom as well.
They're just going to go up to the racks here now, then just start tapping away. They know you don't really want to go on to the Monkey King just because he has this Aegis, so G's just sitting on the front line here, happily smacking away.
Yeah. Stun comes out, but yeah. This Monkey King more than happy to just go to work on these melee barracks. There's quick Sears to gaze, and now a Chain Frost to follow up as well, but it's just going to dissipate in the backlines here. G does take a bit of damage from this, but the Crimson Guard going to help out. And now, well, they'll throw down... Wait, is there a grip onto Sayu, I think that was? Trying to get himself onto the high ground. Roar comes out now onto the Doom before he... Oh no, he does actually get the Doom off in time as BZZ just takes a fall instantly. Monkey King just has to back away in the fight, so never mind, he cannot, as he's turning around and actually able to get the kill onto the Lich right now. Meanwhile, Velo does go down, but they're just taking out supports. Van Scott also going to drop, and they're looking towards the Monkey King as well. Don't forget, he's got 2 lives, but he gets his way to the tree somehow. But Black Archangel is there with the gaze, and he can't get the Boundless Strike off. Will be able to finally get it, but they managed to dodge it out, and G is going to drop once. Where's it? Yeah, Illidan's gone. He is tapped out of this fight, so it is going to be a lonely Monkey King all by himself. Tries some mischief off something that doesn't work, and down he's going to go. That's a godlike streak for Dream, and Empire just struck back.
Yeah, fantastic fight by Empire. They finally get a good Rolling Thunder off in one of these fights where it just ploughed through everybody. They completely ignored the Monkey King with the Aegis, doomed the Razor. That's the right target again. And the Monkey King sat there in his Wukongs, but everybody else on the Dire side is just crumbling around him, and he can't carry that fight by himself. The Tusk did buy back, and the Lich bought back, but completely worth it for Empire.
Oh yeah, that catch from the Lich was kind of insane from Black Archangel there, just on the high ground. Able to throw down the Sinister Gaze and hold him in place, and they'll take a tier 2 for their efforts. Monkey King's still dead, but they're going to play it safe. You know, they just want map control. They know they can out-farm them, so they're just going to do exactly that. So...
Tusk finally picks up the blink now as well after that buyback. So he's going to have that save available. And yeah, he is going for this 4 stuff, which is really nice. It's all about the maneuverability and the positioning around these fights at this point, I think. Especially against things like the Razor Link, the Roar. Trying to fight in the Wukongs as well.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Save your Luna.
That's the aim of the game, isn't it? As Old But Gold position themselves down the bottom lane. I think they still need to look for fights here, though. They've got a bit of time whilst Doom is still down, so maybe that's an option. Eclipse as well, sharing that cooldown. But a little bit awkward to try and force an engagement right now, especially when you've just lost so badly, but they need to. And yeah, here they go. They're going as 5. They're looking for something here, and they're just going to get started on the Shrine. Try and force Empire into responding to this one, but I don't think they'll be protecting this Shrine in any way. Hawk's coming out to give them a bit of information, but there is no information to be found as the Shrine is going to fall. Meanwhile, up at top.
Keep the Luna farming. It's the most important thing.
Yep. Doom's still holding this pack leader's aura, but you know, you were saying they need the extra damage. I think that is actually going to help them out a lot, especially around this Luna and around this Pango.
They do, especially now she's going to get this butterfly up. I think the damage from the Alpha Wolf is going to be really nice.
Yeah.
Now she's hitting a little bit faster, a little bit harder.
Yeah, but Old But Gold really trying to force them back here, and will be successful, and now they'll back themselves away. So we'll keep on hitting these creeps and making their way around the map as 5.
A little, just fake backing a little bit here, trying to bait
Dream
somebody
up onto the high ground, immediately going to get roared here, but in comes the snowball save from Sayu, going to help out a ton as they jump in for the backlines, trying to look for the Doom, but don't quite find it, as in they come with the Chain Frost as well. Sayu's going to get brought down, but Luna makes it up onto the high ground with that BKB, now trying to turn this one around. The Eclipse comes down as well. They're trying to bring down the doomed up Razor, and Ildan's not going to make it out of this fight alive. Meanwhile, the ultimate comes down onto the Pango, but he makes it out. They'll turn towards Vanscore now. Axis being thrown, but Empire not going to be able to make any more catches here, I don't think, although Madden jumps forwards onto Vanscore here, and the Illusion Beams comes down onto the Bane. A couple more right clicks will be needed, and Dream will find that kill. So Empire take 2 and lose 2, but they get a Razor, which is the important one. That Doom coming in clutch once again.
Yeah, they got a full static link off onto the Luna as well, but if you have Eclipse up, you don't need that physical damage. You just turn back around again, pop that Eclipse, wait for the link damage to wear off, and then you're full speed again on this Luna. They can't... I said the Radiant can't kill anybody, but this Razor, it feels so underwhelming in these fights. It feels like he's not really doing anything. And when you don't have a core to scale into the late game, you know, Monkey King's your carry, or your position 1, it feels like.
Yeah.
I don't see how they're going to be able to outscale this Luna.
Yeah, these fights falling even, or even a little bit Empire's favored, so tragic for the side of Old Big Gold. But they're still going to try and fight this one up. But yeah, the game's getting harder by the minute as Dream continues to farm and farm and farm. Now taking that net worth spot on the top place. However, Valor's looking. Dream into the trees here. Gonna have to BKB and TP out of this one. Do they have the Primal Roar? They do. They're gonna throw it down. Luna could be in some trouble right now, but there's only 2 heroes so far, but the rest of the team are making their way over. Dream just having to fight this one up here and trying to chase away BZZ, but he's gonna pop in that Crimson Guard. G is here as well. Dream, he is gonna die. It's a little bit of an overextension and a little bit alone there on the Luna as they do get the TP cancelling.
I mean, Doom just draw on the map, though. He's like, guys, just push out the other lanes. We need to make sure we keep them away from our base at this point. That's the most important thing. Luna has buyback, so it's not the end of the world, but it's not, you know, obviously not how they saw that fight going.
Yeah. You know, 2 lanes pushed out very hard. But Old Big Gold coming in hard through the bottom lane just as well. And yeah, they do not want to buy back on this Luna because that gives Old Big Gold a serious win condition in this match.
They do have really good stall potential, though, with the Pango. They've got the Frost Shield on the Lich as well, so it's not, you know, easy just to walk up to this high ground and hit the tower necessarily.
Yep.
They can slow you down a little bit.
And then they go Doom straight away onto the Razor here, just chasing him out of this fight as the buyback comes in immediately from that Luna. So they do get the buyback, but what's it going to cost them? G still hanging around. His BKB has run out as Kodo's just flying around the backlines. Finally, they're able to find one. Vanscore's going down, but Velo making it onto the high ground under the cover of that Invid's rune, which he's picked up. He's actually going to make it out here. And Empire only find 1 kill on a measly support for their buyback on the Luna. And now we all of a sudden have a match on our hands as Old But Gold have a serious chance of winning this game. If they can bring down this Luna, it's going to be curtains for Empire, or at least a heavy amount of their base falling.
The Roshan is spawning very soon, though. And you see Doom's in the pit at the moment trying to scout it out. If they can get their hands on this Aegis, it doesn't matter if the Luna doesn't have buyback.
Well, Sayu, they go back in the bottom lane on the side of Old But Gold and find a kill onto the Tusk. So all things considered, it was an even trade eventually. But yeah, I mean, Rosh up in a minute. I think Old But Gold are going to be very, very careful about this one, though. They know that they can't give away this Roshan. I mean, Aegis on Luna would be disastrous. They're trying to find BZZ. BZZ is going to be in some real trouble here. So make his way over. Can he at least steal the double damage? He does not. And he's going to go.
The Glimmer?
Glimmer's keeping him alive. BZZ's going to live through this one. Good lord.
Just running forward as well, just tanking everything.
Chain Frost onto the low ground from Black Archangel here, but he's going to get run down by Illidan. Illidan did pop the BKB for it, and Empire getting a little bit sloppy here as they bleed out 2 kills.
Yeah, they're just going to head over to the Roche pit here. I wonder if they go in slightly too early. It's going to be really unfortunate here if they do. Maybe just hit the shrine before they head into the Roche pit here.
Oh, they've got the Hawk, so it doesn't really matter. They'll see it all the same.
It's going to spawn any second now.
Yep, just 10 seconds to go. Radiant scans coming out. They don't have the same vision as the Dire do. They don't have that Hawk on their team.
They are trying to hover around this Roche pit. I think they know that if they don't contest this Roche fight, the fight's going to be so hard in their base. They might as well just contest the Roche pit fight instead. You can't give away this Aegis for free, even if you are down a hero. You just have to commit to this at this point. And they've almost finished up the MKB on the Monkey King as well, so this Butterfly from the Luna not going to have as much effect as they were hoping for.
No, not against the MK, and they have been doing a good job on dooming the Razor every single fight and basically just zoning him out of the fight nicely, but before he can get his spells off even, but it's still very awkward because the Monkey King is just then given a free pass in the fight to just go in the backlands and get a bunch of kills.
True.
And he's sitting 17-1 right now. G has had a crazy game.
This Razor has just picked up a Lincoln's though, so it's going to be a little bit harder for the Doom. Does he have a Lincoln's Canceller on the Doom? I'm not sure he
doesn't
does.
yet. He doesn't yet. He needs to pick up a creep which can do this for him.
That is a little bit scary. He could go for the Purge creep.
BZZ. Doesn't see it.
Very close.
Oh, he escaped. There's Gold. They're going in. Old but Gold looking at Roshan, but nope, smoke's up. They want to find a kill first. I mean, that's the dream, isn't it?
I think, are they going to give that to the Razor? Yeah, they are. Okay.
They're seeing both of these wards here and just Illidan taking care of them. But they're coming in on the side of Empire. Sayu leading the charge. In comes a shard onto G. Going to block his escape route as they jump in on the backlines, trying to block Vanscore immediately. Dream going to pop the Manta, but the Doom comes in onto the Monkey King here. Can they bring him down in time? Man dropping kind of low, but they're looking towards the Monkey King. He's really low. If he can find a target to hit, though, he's going to heal up, but no. Monkey King is dead. Immediate buyback from him. He wants to get back into this fight as Dream pops out BKB, trying to get himself away or over towards Illidan. I'm not too sure as he pops the Eclipse and just tries to turn around the two supports here. They will be able to get the roll down to the low ground on Velo, but Vanscore is dead. But in comes the Monkey King back with a vengeance. Inside the snowball we go. BZZ going to get stunned up, so they move themselves over. They're trying to get their Luna away, force stuffing out of the fight, but in they go. Velor is dead. Sayu goes down as well. Kodos does not make it away. Illidan Storm Rage picked up the double kill. It did cost them some buybacks, but they want to keep fighting. They can't let this Roshan go, and they know this. The buybacks come in, and they make themselves a bigger threat on the map and force Old But Gold out of this Roche pit.
I think you just go back into the pit if you're the Radiant side.
I mean, look at these cooldowns.
I think you just go for this.
I don't know, they'll have a Pango roll, but...
It is really risky, but I think at this point in the game, yeah, you just go in. You have to try this.
Yeah, they're going for it. Buybacks coming through from Old But Gold. We might have the final fight coming in right now as Axe is thrown into the pit. Illidan going to run in, but the Lincoln does block the static link. And now let's just turn around onto Illidan here. Still kind of focusing on this Roshan. Yeah, the shard block doesn't really work out too well. Did he just... No, he didn't doom him. He popped the Lincolns though. Meanwhile, on the back lines, they'll try to... Nope, never mind. 2-second Fiend's Grip as a Roar comes out as well. They've got this Luna held down on the back lines, but where's the follow-up? It's just not there. G making his way over as the BKB is popped. They'll be able to take down BZZ. Now it's G versus Dream, but G is not winning this fight. The Monkey King, he's in trouble. Is he going to go down? No, the Boundless Strike comes in and says him life. He's going to live. He actually fights his way through. Everybody finally does drop though. I mean, Dream is still alive, and this guy is scary as he's doing it alone. Coming in to fight versus BZZ and Velo here. Velo just trying to kite around this Luna, but it's very, very tricky to do as Dream is a monster right now.
He can't fight in this pit by himself though.
No, that's too big a task for even Dream to handle right now.
Oh god.
Wow.
He has that Hurricane Pike now as well, which is the most fresh item that he's just picked up. And having that 4-staff available versus the Razor is so nice. Somebody on the Radiant side used the Lincolns to block the static link. I don't know who it was that has a...
Yeah, it was a Pango.
Was it the Pango? That was a
huge play there.
Really well played.
Huge
like when we said in the draft at the start of this game, if you can get a good static link off onto the Luna, the Radiant's damage is really lacking. So it's really key that he got that Lincolns off there.
Yep, absolutely. Only a 4k gold advantage for Old But Gold now, but they will be able to take this Roshan. Empire very much in the back seat despite not losing their Luna in that fight, but still feeling pretty bad about the way this turned out for them. Still no buyback on the Luna either.
How far away is the buyback?
It's 1 minute 45.
Oh, if this is the time to go then on the Old But Gold side.
Yeah.
Monkey King isn't up though. They do have to be careful.
Yeah, it's very awkward to push in without this guy, and I think they probably won't. But you know, if they're probably gonna wait, and this buyback's probably gonna come back for the Luna and Old But Gold. I don't know how they do this. It's gonna be awkward. They need to find the pick off on the Luna somehow. She's such a threat.
The Razor can just pop the pass the cheese over to the Monkey King now as well. So
yep.
Gonna be that Boundless Strike was so clutch around the Roche pit. He was so close to going down.
Oh, yeah, he just managed to get so much more damage off. Did eventually fall, but
here we go. So what does Luna build now? Do you just build into a Satanic, I assume? Because she finished off the butterfly, then went back and built a Mask of Madness again.
Still no Lincoln's Popper on the Doom either. He's not even building one. I feel like you need something just to be able to be effective in these fights.
I mean, you have like the Lucent Beam on the Luna, you've got the Frost Blast and the Gaze on the Lich. Like they have, but you kind of want your own. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, just for
like
the immediate
Halberd,
Doom is really important. Halberd or even pick up a different creep, but they seem pretty keen on this pack leader's aura. I mean,
Yeah.
it does make the Luna insane.
I think it's like you said though, they have damage issues, so it just makes that extra damage from the aura so much more worthwhile. If the Luna can get the Satanic, this game, especially with the status resistance that it gives, would
Here
be
we go.
really nice.
Smoke up. Cheese on the Monkey King. Ultimate Gold. Looking to fight this right now. What are our buybacks looking like? 5 seconds
Okay.
and Luna will have it. But this is a dangerous, dangerous fight from Ultimate Gold. Smells like kind of desperation, but at the same time, they've got the Aegis, they've got the cheese. They have the advantage.
Old but Gold are going to know that this Luna has buyback again though, so
Yeah.
they are going to play a little bit more wary.
Yeah,
they ping them
ping's
out.
coming out from the Pangolier. They know that they're smoked up. They're not going anywhere near it. Though Dream just runs at them, to be fair.
You have to be careful because the Bane's sitting behind ready to cancel this Lincoln's.
Yep.
Does Bane have an item? Does he have like an Aether Lens or anything? Just a glimmer. Okay.
Glimmer Cape. Lich has nothing, though. Black
Poor
Archangel is literally 1.5k gold at 41 minutes. This guy is so poor.
Sentries cost a lot.
But he's rich in friendship.
Oh. Only if they win.
Yeah, true. CIS. Disband the moment you lose.
Maybe the Luna could buy her own Lincolns next as well, actually. Wouldn't be too bad. Then you kind of have this double Lincolns where the Pango throws one on you as well.
Yeah, and what, throw out the Mask of Madness?
Possibly even
Kinda
the
feels
Treads as well.
bad.
Because you have the Pike available for maneuverability.
Yeah, I think you need something bigger. I think, Satanic is the option. Fanscore just pop on this Lincolns whenever it gets thrown onto Dream here. Maybe everybody else just gets the Lincolns. You get 4 Lincolns constantly refreshing onto the Luna. Where's your
They could.
static link now?
They could. I mean, both are decent options, I think. The Lincolns or the Satanic. Could just go all out and build a Rapier. That's what I want to see.
G comes forwards here. They're going to get the Doom off onto G. Throws down the BKB, but Dream just slides into this fight immediately. Meanwhile, Storm Rage doesn't get the link, the static link off onto the Luna, even with the refresher orb he just used. I'm not too sure what that was all about.
They don't have the Doom anymore.
And did he just use Primal Roar?
He tried to, but the Manta dodged it out.
No. I think it was Lincoln's as down goes Velor as well.
Oh.
And they come forward. This is a
Good
good fight for
snowball.
Empire. Snowball comes through. The Wukong's going to come out from G. What can he do to turn this fight around as Valor and Vansker are already dead, but G piling into Dream. Dream's in trouble. Dream's going to go down. Does have the buyback. Meanwhile, the shard's being thrown out from Sayu. Sayu needs to get himself out here as they jump in with G. Find themselves 2 kills. The Chain Frost jumping around. Doing a fair amount, actually. Bringing them quite low as in comes Kodos. Luna is back into this fight. They'll be able to bring down G. No buyback on the Monkey King. No buyback on anybody. In fact, they're looking for Storm Rage as well. Kodos with the swashbuckle will jump forwards here. That slow comes down. It's a silence. It's a disarm. Dream sliding into this fight. The right click damage is going to be too much as down goes Illidan once, and they will be able to get him again for sure as they pop this Manta style and just pile into this Razor. It doesn't really look like he's going to stand a chance of trying to get away. He's running down the river, but it's not going to happen. Razor gets his mangoes pulped, and Team Empire take a huge fight as they wipe everybody off the map. They do have to commit their buyback on the Luna, and there is still a buyback on Illidan. But surely Empire gets something for this, although they're not pushing immediately.
Do you know the biggest thing about that fight?
What's that?
Lich managed to get Tranquil Boots.
The tear rolls from his eyes.
Amazing.
I
Luna's
finally
building
got
a
an item.
Rapier.
She is?
She's used her buyback, so she knows that she might as well just build the damage now.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a double damage as well.
Oof. I mean, if they let this Luna into the base, well, you're not going to have a base for very long.
Knock, knock.
Dream is going full YOLO.
Here we go. They're creeping up onto the high ground now. I say creeping. They're just battering down the
Yeah,
door.
fucking storm in the high ground. But, they run up here. Oh, don't worry, they enfeeble him for...
I mean, the Razor and the Monkey King both have buyback. Yeah, here we go. They're just coming in straight away. Don't wanna-
Dream. He's not buying the... He's bought the Rapier.
Oh, God.
He's only gone and bloody done it, the madman.
I joked a little bit, but sure, why not?
Full commitment from Dream. You got to appreciate that as he sells off the mask. I love the way he uses the Mask of Madness before he sells it.
It's all about the efficiency.
Hashtag efficiency.
I'd like to see them try and, at least one of the teams, try and ward up these active runes now. I feel like it could be really key, like a double damage, maybe even an illusion or something like that on the Luna would be really nice.
All right, baby. Rapier Luna coming into the game. things just kicked up a notch. It's CIS Dota. It is balls to the wall gameplay. And it is going to be a huge fight coming up next. I feel like every game in this has been leading up to another huge fight. It's been an awesome game. Like, it's just been, oh, the next fight's going to decide the game. But no. The next fight's going to decide the game. It's Dream leading on the front line off this smoke, a little bit far from his team. He's going to be patient. Wait, and he's going to go up onto the high ground. See Illidan immediately as they try to jump down onto the Razor here. Razor trying to do his best, but he gets doomed up, and he's going to drop immediately. No buyback on the Razor. A huge picker from Team Empire. Now they look towards BZZ as well. Where's all this damage coming from? It's Dream, baby. He's got himself a rapier, and he's going to tear them apart, hitting for nearly 1,000 damage as they chase down. Sorry, 750 damage. They look for Vanscore as well. Vanscore's going to get ripped apart. Empire find another one. They do have buyback on BZZ, at least as Kodos goes looking for more. Will not find it. They don't get everybody. Still 2 players alive and 1 with buyback on the side of Old But Gold. And the lane's pushed in really far here, so it's very difficult for Empire to actually follow up from this.
Luna got another double damage rune.
Oh, neat.
That fight was an absolute disaster for Old But Gold, though. The Razor gets caught with his pants down, and then the Wukong's command just completely misses everybody. They managed to get out of range of it just as it went off, so not looking good now for Old But Gold.
3 heroes left to defend against 4, but when one is a double damage Luna with a rapier, your problems are many.
I mean, we talked about these defensive items like the Lincolns and the Satanic, but sometimes
backdoor,
the best defense is a good offense.
What backdoor? And now, oh my god, what's happening? What's happening? The base is just disappearing. It's disappearing. This is like a bath bomb in water. As Dream just going to pop the BKB and goes for the Ancient here. He's just looking to end the game. G's running forwards, but everything's just killing him. The Blaze is going to destroy the Ancient. Dream just ignores everybody, goes straight in for the throat, and Team Empire are going to get the victory in game 1. Goodness me.
That was really nice by Dream at the end. The Beastmaster went to roar the BKB Luna, and he was really quick on his fingers. As soon as he saw the animation came out, popped the Manta, just to make sure the roar wouldn't stop him from ending the game, like you say, just so quickly. Those towers just disappeared.
My god. I mean, literally, like, they just disintegrated under the power of Dream there. But that's Luna with the rapier. Manta as well doing a huge amount of work. Look at that graph as well, just spiking up again. Old But Gold, they held the advantage, and this Monkey King did so much work, but in the end of the game, they just couldn't finish it out. They couldn't have the push to be able to finish off this game, and unfortunately, for any Old But Gold fans out there, Dream does take it, and his team, of course. The whole of Empire takes it, but it looked pretty 4 Protect 1 this game.
It very much did. I mean, we said at the start of the game that if this Luna could get to the late game scenario where she does become like this really massive single 6-slotted core, there's nobody that can match her. And I really like the rapier purchase. When you don't have buyback, if you die when you have rapier on you, it doesn't matter because you're going to lose the game anyway. So you might as well just buy out for the rapier and just go all in. And it completely pays off this game. Really well played.
Absolutely. That's a great example on how to make a rapier purchase work. Like, sometimes it doesn't have to be the large ditch effort. Sometimes it's the dagger you need to finish off the game, the little bit of extra oomph you need to really push in hard and take the victory. And that's another use of the rapier, which we don't see very often, but Team Empire use brilliantly.
It feels like the smoke at the end was the dagger. I'm not even sure. The rapier was obviously really good. It did so much of the damage.
Yeah,
especially
that catch on Illidan, though.
Yeah, but catching the Razor, that was the most important thing there. When he doesn't have buyback, he's only just used it. The Wukong's command completely misses. This is why it's so important to use your smokes well. Like, you get these amazing initiations off that the other team just don't expect. And in this late game scenario, that's all it takes when they've used their buybacks.
50k damage dealt on this Luna as well. I mean, she was belting out DPS.
G's Monkey King did 42,000, which is equally as impressive. But well played by Empire.
A thrilling game 1, and I'm hoping game 2 will be just as good. That's going to be just around the corner. We're going to throw it over to a break screen for now, but we'll be back very shortly with game number 2, Team Empire versus Old But Gold in the StarLadder Minor CIS Qualifiers. See you in a sec.